Hey guys, BausMan here at SharkCityProductions, and in this video I'm going to show you how to do the duplication glitch. I'm going to show you how to hotkey items. So let's get to the duplication part. To duplicate any item in the game that you can drop, you're going to need two of any scroll, and then you're going to need one other scroll. Not the same scrolls, make sure they're different. And what you're going to want to do is click on the bigger scroll, the scroll that has more of, like you see I have two flare and one flashbolt or one chameleon. I'm going to click on the two flares twice with the X button or the A button on the 360, and I'm going to drop the chameleon. Now you see that dropped two scrolls. There you go. Now what you're going to want to do, now I have two chameleon and two flare. Now if this ever happens and you have the same number of two different scrolls, drop one of one of the scrolls so you have a lesser number, and then just do the duplication trick over. Now you see there's three flares right there. Now I have four flares and two chameleon. And what you want to do is you want to keep on doing this little trick, duping the scrolls over and over and over and over until you have a desired amount, like 24 scrolls, 30 scrolls, whatever. I go till about 30. I go till I have about 30 flares. And remember, you always have to click the scroll that you select, the one that you click on twice, has to be the one with the larger amount of scrolls. If you have 16 chameleon and 14 flares, you can't click on the 14 flares. You're gonna have to click on the 16 chameleon. It's kind of complicated, but once you understand it, it's pretty easy. It sounds complicated. So now that I have all these scrolls, I have the desired amount. I'm going to click on the larger amount. I think I have 24 scrolls, and I'm going to drop the potion. And as you can see, I dropped a bunch of healing potions. And remember that you can do this with any item that you can drop in the game, anything that isn't quest important. So you can do it with jewelry, with potions, with weapons, with whatever, and you can pick those items up and you can either use them or you can take them to a shop and sell them. Just remember to click on the bigger scroll and then drop whatever you're twice. Click on it and then drop whatever you're going to want to do. And again, another example with more chameleon shit, more scrolls, and I dupe some more potions. And now that you're gonna have all this shit, you're gonna need to hotkey some of it. And I really suggest hotkeying a health potion somewhere so it's easy to get to. So what you want to do is you want to highlight. You can hotkey anything in your inventory, anything that you can use. What you want to do is you want to move the cursor over whatever you want to hotkey. Then you hold down the triangle button or the Y button on the 360, and you press the direction button on the D-pad in the corresponding direction. Like if you press down, then it'll hotkey it to the down button, and all you gotta do is hit down and it'll use that item. As you see, I'm equipped the cuirass. Do the right button, and when I hit the right button in game, it unequips and equips the cuirass. It's really handy. It's really useful for when you hurt. You can use health potions like I just did. Or if your weapon breaks, you have something to fall back on. You have to go all the way back to the fucking menu and select the weapon. And that is about it. And you have 8 different directions. Remember that you just don't have up, left, down, and right. You have the diagonal directions too. There's the Amulet of Kings. Try to equip it. Doesn't work, falls right off me. So that is pretty much hotkeying in a nutshell. It's not that difficult, and it's really useful. And now I'm sitting here wondering what I should tell you about next, so I'm probably going to speed up the video a little bit. Oh yeah, weapons. As a rule, blunt weapons, axes, hammers, clubs, things like that, they do more damage than a blade. Just just in general, and it does make some sense. A sword will cut you, but a hammer will break bones, and arrows are the weakest weapons in the game, unless you're a master fuck, what's it called? Unless you're a master marksman, I forget what the class is called. Unless you have a special arrow that you get from a later quest line. I'll show you guys how to get that when we get to it. Now, right here, as you can see, I'm moving forward, moving back, moving to the left, and moving to the right while power swinging. And what that does is your guy, in the different directions that you're moving, he'll do a different move. And the higher up you go in that weapon class, like if you're a master of blunt, if you hold the stick forward and power swing, then he'll do a powerful lunge that can disarm your opponent. Now we're going to get into fatigue and how it affects you. Everything you do, from walking to running to fighting, has to do with fatigue. It's the green bar that you see in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. As you can see, I'm jumping around and I'm losing fatigue. Now if you stand still, the fatigue bar will regenerate rather quickly. If you walk, it'll regenerate a little bit more slowly. If you're running, it'll regen really slowly. And if you're fighting, you can basically forget about it. You're going to have to get out of combat in order for that to regen. And basically what that governs is how high you can jump, how quickly your health regenerates, how much damage you do with weapons. If your fatigue's low, you're not going to do as much damage as you would if fatigue was fully recharged. So there's fatigue. And I'm starting to run out of things to tell you guys. What have I missed here? Oh, there's something. Remember that you can, not only can you equip weapons and the hotkey, not only can you hotkey weapons, but you can do it with spells. You can do it with potions, as I said before. You can do it with anything that you can use. You can't do it with books. Well, I mean, technically you could, but you can't read a book in combat. Don't do what I just did. I mean, if you're a mage, then that's fine. But even then, it's nice to have a weapon to fall back on. The blue bar that you see in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, that is in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, that is your magic reserves. If you're a mage, that is going to be vital to you, because every time you cast a spell, it'll take away a certain amount of your magic reserves, and it will regen over time, but it takes a while to do it, much slower than your fatigue. So just be wary of that. And the red bar is your health, of course. Make sure that you stay healed all the time. That's why it's a good idea to duplicate health potions. Or if you're a mage, constantly, everywhere you go, just fucking walking around, just keep on healing yourself, even if you don't need it, because your restoration skill will go up, and that will be vital to keeping you alive. And here we go, I'm going to teach you about fast traveling now. As you can see, I found this little place next to the Imperial City. I can fast travel there. And if you go down here to this little island, I haven't found that we haven't been out there, so I can't fast travel to it. And you'll see a message in the top left-hand corner of the screen saying you have not found this location yet. You can't fast travel to it. So basically, you can't fast travel to anywhere that you haven't been. And fast traveling is a nice little way to save time. When I first got Oblivion, I didn't know how to fast travel for about a month, and I spent an ungodly amount of time just fucking walking around the game. And as you probably already know, Oblivion is fucking massive. The game is huge. I spent so much time just fucking wandering around like a dipshit through the woods. It was ridiculous. So fast traveling is something that you really need to learn how to do. It's not difficult to learn how to do. You just go over something that you found today. And now I'm officially out of shit to teach you guys, so I'm probably going to cut the mic right up here, and I'll see you in the next video where we will get back onto the main quest line. I think the next quest is Deliver the Amulet. So thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.